Hello, everybody. This is Laura Van Vertlo. Let me turn down my volume. Ah, that's so much better. Mute that. Okay, we are set, I do believe. Hopefully, you can hear me. This is like my third test run. I hate to stop it again, but I really think that you can hear me this time. So, welcome everybody to Laura's Creative Corner. And my name is Laura Van Vertlo, and I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator since 2007. It's been an amazing 18 years, almost 18. In July, it'll be 18. And it's hard to believe, to be quite honest. I love to do online classes, and I also do in person classes as well. And the best way to stay up to date on what is going on in my craft room is to be an email subscriber. I tend to put free tutorials in there. I also have announcements for these type of classes. There are email specials that only email people will get to take advantage of. And also, I do stamp a stacks here in the house, and I have a wonderful team. So, we've got our new catalog coming up. So, stay tuned. I'd love for you to join my team as well. But let us get to today's project is the Thankful Garden online class that I did for April. I want to thank everybody who did purchase this kit from me today. What you need to, these people had already registered through my constant contact link, and they are going to get in the mail half a pack of the DSP, which is Lovely Garden DSP. And you will cut your pieces from that pack. And you'll also get a full spool of the iridescent, I think, striped ribbon. It's really pretty. And then you'll also get a full package of the Starburst Sequins. And you will also get enough supplies to make 2 of each of the 4 designs of cards. So this is what you will find in your packet. And as we go along, I'll show you the items that you should have and the ones that you'll need to cut. You will need to already have purchased the Thankful Garden suite or bundle. I see. Sorry, I keep saying suite. It's gorgeous. I've used this a ton, and it actually comes with the decorative masks, which are across the table. So let me grab those real quick because I'm going to need them anyway. All right. And I've kind of written on here because, and on the wrong side, there's this little itty bitty spot right there that if you go too crazy with your blending instrument, it will bend. But there's little numbers right here. 1, oh, I don't have them in order. Lovely. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So they're all in order. You can either notch them, but I found an easier way, and I will show you. But this is what the bundle was. That was an additional add-on if you did not have the set. And by all means, if you don't have any floral set's going to do, you can always find something floral. You can always fussy cut if you don't have the dies, and because there's really not that much that we actually cut out on the flowers. And you can always replace ribbon for like the garden green images that we have. So let me go ahead and get started. I will also have listed the helpful tools that I used that would help make this look just like mine. And then I have my little cheat sheet over here in case I forget measurements or something. And I'll put that there in case I need it. And we're going to go ahead and tackle our fun fold today. The first one. Really super cute. I want to thank Rhonda Wade. I love her. She is amazing. She does training for us demonstrators, and she's just phenomenal. And she has made me realize the strength inside of me, along with God. So I'm very thankful for her. And she did this, and I just thought it was so super cute because you can pull this out, and I'm going to put gift cards right here. And you can change this up and just say birthday instead of with love. But this one, I didn't really use the masks. I think we're only going to use them one time just because for time constraint. But let me show you how to do the fun fold first. And I think the rest are pretty much just cards. but I thought we'd knock this out. I like to keep these videos under an hour if I can. But feel free to pause the video and get caught up or rewind it. And that's why I do the pre-recorded, so that once you get your kit and have everything, sit down, have a little nice craft day, get your beverage, kick back, and enjoy a class that's already been designed for you. All right, so here's our little, oops, there's something in there. Oh, yep. I try to pre-cut. You will get these items that you will have to pre-cut your anything that went with the bundle, but items like this, I went ahead and pre-cut as well as the dry embossed pieces. And I cannot do any stamping. That's a Stampin' Up no. So you'll have to do your own stamping as well. So let me grab my Stampin' Trimmer. I was going to do the Simply Score, but I think this might be less cumbersome. I'm going to put all these pieces over here while I do this. Okay, so we have a 4, but oh, I hope it's 10 and a half. I don't know if I did 10 and a half or 10. We will see. Here we go. So I love the adjustable arm on this. So that's 12. Oh, I didn't cut it. Good job, Laura. Good. That means that it's not a boo-boo. Okay, so this one's the scoring one, so I'm going to put that up there. So I've cut off that little bit, and you can save that. You could use it on this card as well. And then we are going to score 2 5/8 from each side. So the 8, I wish I could zoom in, but for some reason I can't zoom in on StreamYard. 1, 2, 5. So see, I kind of have green dots because I evidently use that measurement a lot. So I'm going to score that here. That doesn't look right. Let me look at this again. I wrote it down somewhere. Okay. Technical difficulties because somebody doesn't know how to do what she's make her project. Oh, these are in 3 minutes. Oh, I wrote it down wrong. Beauty of. I'm gonna go fire myself. Let me go cut. It'll be okay. That'll be the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna do 3 every 3 inches. That makes so much more sense. Once I did it, I was like, that doesn't look right. There's 3. I better change that before I type the tutorial. You will also have a tutorial. So if you missed a measurement or you just want to kind of keep up. Again, I don't know if I did this wrong. I don't think I was supposed to cut that. Oh, I know what I did. We're going to have to get a piece now. Scratch everything I just did. Oh, well, what do you do? That's why we have extra paper. So don't do what I just did. So you do. I was looking at the base for the card. Good Lordy. Okay, so I need 4 by 12. Goodness gracious. I promise the rest will go smoother because that's why I didn't do a bunch of fun folds. Okay, now it's really going to make sense. Okay, 3, 6, 9. I'm trying to put my timetable. So now you have 3, 6, and 9. And what it's going to do is fold. And you just want to let it fold in on behind it, back on itself. And then I'm going to put that to the side. This is what I was reading, and that's why I kept messing it up. Okay, so this is 2 5/8. And there's that. Just double check 1, 5. Counting those tiny, tiny little. Well, that barely did anything. Let me do that again. Let me stick over here. All right. There we go. That sounded better. Well, at least you know this is sturdy because Sometimes I struggle trying to get it up, but that's a good thing. You want your paper to be down nice and flat. I like this because these don't I've had this for a couple years and it does not wear out. I think at this moment that's all we need. So here is our card base, 4 by 10.5. Now that I have my wits about me, I didn't say, okay, now I can't find my, I saw it earlier. Oh, it's right there. Okay. And sorry you see this bright light. That's why I kind of put it behind the StreamYard logo. But I can't, I've got to figure out a way to zoom in. I'm just going to cut the titch off of that. It's a little bit too. Just overlapped a little bit too much for my head. There we go. That's better. They're still kind of overlapping a little bit, but that's okay. All right. So now what we can do is we have our bubble gum piece that we are going to put down. That's going to hold our card or our fun fold part inside. You can either use the green glue, which is the Mono Tombow adhesive, but I tend to get it all over my fingers and then it's all over my project. So it's a wonderful glue, do not get me wrong. There's times that I do love to use it. But so this will kind of anchor that down, especially when you put a couple gift cards in there. And then I'm going to put this here. Because really, we've done most of the fun fold now. And then you want to make sure you have this going. You can make sure where you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to make sure too, because my last video, yes, okay. I looked at it and all you could see was me like I am in the corner and not what the project was. And I was like, oh, that's great. So, okay, so now, oh, this is the base that we're going to put this on so it fits on the card, or makes it a little sturdy and fits in the envelope nice and snug. You might want to add an extra stamp for this. All right, it's okay, it doesn't notice. Just you guys. So then I have the 2 pieces that you'll need to cut. If I can find the measurements. They'll be in the tutorial. I can't find the measurements right now. And you can always change up the designer paper. You don't have to go with what I have. That's another thing I like about my classes is they're more versatile. And you'll have leftovers. So if you really liked it, you can grab some more cardstock and come up with your own color combo and make a ton of cards with all the supplies that you have instead of just buying it and sticking it in the corner, which I'm just as guilty. Okay, so our card is getting close to being finished. Now we just need to do the image, which I'm going to grab a piece of scratch paper. I don't want to get it on my surface. Just fold this one in half. I love hard grid paper for this. All right, so I'm going to use basic gray on this one. And flower. Okay, I did that one. So I used both flowers for this. I love hydrangeas. They're like one of my favorite flowers. These kind of remind me of buttercups or... There we go. Perfect. All right. Now, I'm going to use Melon Mambo and a blending brush. You can also use a dauber. You could use markers. You could use... and I am ever so, I mean, I'm barely touching this. So it doesn't have like a, so if I went really hard, it'd be that. So it's almost like I'm holding it like that and just letting the bristles just lightly kiss the paper. And it's going to look a little off because it's kind of supposed to give that artsy feeling of kind of like a watercolor. I think it's the last I used that. And then I used garden green for the leaves. That'll be stained forever now. Now, I wash mine in between, but as I've gotten to, there it is, to use them more and more, I find that, yeah, they're hard to get all the stains out. I thought I had figured it out by soaking them with detergent and really warm water, and they looked really good. And then the color just seems to seep from the bottom. But you know, that's why you just kind of say, oh, this one's green. I'll use this for my greeny blues, and then I have some for purples, and I have some for the yellows. So there's our image, and that's pretty much all I did for the outside of this card. And you know what? I just realized I did. There is a step I forgot. There's a ribbon that I forgot to put down. So this is like my one piece of contraband. I love these things. Ugh. Yikes. Yikes. And if you breathe on it, it kind of helps moisten the, hasn't set. Once this sets overnight, it's harder to get off, but since we just put it down, and I hope it don't rip it too much. It's okay though, nobody's gonna see it. All right. So that's the right side up. I totally forgot to add the ribbon. So I'm going to go to about like, maybe how much that is. 22. I have a black mat under here that my self-healing mat. So that's why I'm able to tell you that was 22 inches. Just didn't pull that out. All right, so let's re-glue all this. And a little bit. And over this. Now we can put this on top. Hopefully that microphone just didn't get mashed. I have it. Hopefully the microphone's helping. All right. So now we have the ribbon underneath. And now we're going to attach this. There it is. It's right in front of my face. I almost wish I just do these live so somebody can go, it's to your right. It's right in front of your face. And you can see this is really not a very hard fun fold. It looks complicated, but it's just super fun. And of course, I had to use wing. Oops. And that's why we do it over a piece of paper and not over our project. But this one's going to be nice and sparkly because it went bonkers. That's okay. Bling's good. All right, so we got lots of bling. And then how did I, oh, I did that side. I was trying to figure out how, and I need dimensionals. Dimensionals, there you are, way over there. Okay, let's see. So I'm only going to do, I'll just stuck my finger in that. One side. And I kind of want to make this one like a birthday. See, because this one would be good for a wedding too. I figure it's wedding season, graduation season. So if you have a girl that you know that's graduating, this would be perfect. So once we bling it up and stamp on the inside, I will show you. I really want a happy birthday. Oh, birthday. Probably should have had this ready to go. You know what? I'll just put happy birthday afterward. I will show you from the other card what we did. And I forgot to cut these little pieces. It was for white too. So I have these extra pieces so you can write a couple little messages on those and then put the gift cards on the other side. So that's what's on the inside. So I'm just going to place this here because and then we're going to add our gems. Pardon me, I had to have a sip. I just reorganized everything. when the last chance list comes out, I start separating everything so I don't accidentally show you guys something that's not going to be around very long or is already gone. So, all right, well, we're just going to open these then. I cannot find them. Thought I had them. Oh, there they are. Yay. These are our old wood stamp cases that I repurposed into storage because they're the perfect size for these, what do you call it? And there's my trusty, jeez, can't take me anywhere. All right, so now we're going to get, and what's nice is these are nice and flat, but they're really pretty. So I'm using the white ones. And put one here. And then I think I put, yeah, I put a couple on the inside. What color did I use? The same white. Okay. Just to have a little extra bling bling. Bling. So kind of make it look kind of like it's supposed to be part of the flower. And then we'll do this one down there. And then once I stamp my sentiment, I might have to move that, but we close it. And then you can tuck this under. Okay, maybe I should have measured that better. Let me see how I did this one. That's what I hate about making a project like a month ago, because then I forget what I did. All right, so I have this one tucked under. Oh yeah, so we just do this. And you can just do a little knot. But I'm just going to do a tiny little bow. And I would probably hand this to somebody just because it's a little bit thicker and there's, you know, I don't know if it's going to fit really well. You could put it in a padded envelope if you mail it. But it's just that little extra something. Gives them a little wow. And there you go. Whoops, there we go. And let me show you. So that is our first card, the fun fold. The rest should go a little bit smoother because I can't wait for next month because, oh, I meant to show you those too. I'll show you those at the end. You want to stick around because I have 3 of the 4 projects done for our May class, which is featuring a brand new online exclusive that's going to be available May 5th, like in a week. And it's Impressions of Bloom. And it's so much fun. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, I think I'm probably going to need all that stuff again. So, all right, so now we're going to do the Fresh Freesia card. And this is the card that we're doing. Oops, I don't know. And here are the pieces. So you'll have the envelope. So when you open the envelope, there's going to be a piece. Actually, I think I just did that so I could cut it out. There'll be a piece for your sentiment, which should be in here or not. I know I just cut it. Oh, there it is. All right. I don't need this. And, oh, I forgot to cut this. Let me go cut this little piece real quick. It's this die right here. So you'll grab your die and go die cut this real fast. And it made my day when I watched somebody else really high up forget to do something and had to go off screen. So it made me feel a lot better. On myself. But, I'm a true professional, actually. Just kidding. I feel like a pretty professional for the most part. I just feel like I thought I was completely ready, and I still tend to have to go. Did you ever know that these holes are for you to use to poke out, so you can get these supposedly out? There you go. So you'll cut that out yourself because you'll have your dies. And then I will have this already pre-done for you. It is from the Fancy Borders. It's really cute. You need to go check it out. I'll have the link to the products below also. Okay, so put you to the side. Put you to the side. Okay, I'll just put it all to the side. And let me move this for the moment. I don't want to get Lingus. I mean, Link stuff great, but it doesn't need to be in places you don't want it. All right. So it's your traditional A2 card, 8.5 by 11. Is that right? 8.5 by 5.5. Dear Lord. You know, the one's for your inside. You guys you're just gonna have to, love me for being a dingy person. That's why I have highlights. Okay, so what I did is I went ahead and stamped this out. You could also just stamp just the flower part. And I cut it out with the die as much as possible. And then I just fussy cut the bottom portion. So, and if you move your paper and not your scissors, you get a much smoother cut. Because you know how sometimes if you do it the other way, it looks like 2-year-olds cut it. But that's the secret. If you move your hand, like I'm moving this hand, and then it looks much better. Okay, much cleaner. So now we want our paper. I don't remember. I will have these all listed in the tutorial, what you need to cut the designer paper that you have from your packet. So we'll take this and basically glue it down like that. I think I'm going to glue these two together first, just because I don't want any boo-boos. All right. There's a really pretty one in there. Let me show you the rest of them. Somebody made a really cool card because this just cuts out the hearts, and then she put strips of paper underneath each level. So it was like a rainbow lines of hearts. It was really cool. But these are the other ones that you can use from the fancy borders. All right. Add this. I see something I need to trim. I'm going to use my more goofy scissors just because there's glue under there. Never fails. All right. But it drives me crazy. This, I'm going to go ahead and stamp another little flower on the inside. Just like so. Then do my envelope. I'm thinking about it because I like my envelopes to have a little extra smile factor on the outside. All right. Something about my, oh my gosh, sorry, my husband's in the other room making all sorts of noises. Okay, so I need the thankful for you, friend. And this is part of the stamp set that it has this. Let's sit down for a second. We're just going to have to go with that. Actually, I have another one. Maybe I just re-inked this, and that's why it's kind of juicy. Okay, I'm just going to go with that. Just doesn't have that. We'll have to look at that later. I have two of them. Maybe it's my other one. It's juicier. All right. So I'm just going to kind of lay that there, even though it has the dimensionals on it, just so I can kind of get my bearings of where I have my glue dots are somewhere. Okay. You know what? I might have some in this basket over here. Yep, there they are. I open up them. Of course, I just found them, but they're across the table. So, all right. I'm going to put a couple little glue dots. I just kind of push my finger on there. Sometimes I use my take your pick tool as well. And lay that there. I'm not going to push anything down because I kind of want to have it just right. And then if you want to add a little bit of extra to this, this one I did the Stampin' Blends, but I was trying to limit how many projects or products to use with it. So I'm going to just do the Linkostella on this part. I think that might be just enough. And I'm just following the lines that Stampin' Up! Has given me in the flower. Yeah, it's giving me just enough depth. Okay. So now we go like that. Oh, we need a ribbon. And I didn't do much on this ribbon. It's probably, it's almost 6 inches, but that's probably still too long. Because all I did was pretty much, and this is my trick. I will put my dimensionals on the back and then make this little spot of glue on the inside, on the back side of it. And then we'll have the ribbon this way. And this is where you can trim it. These are old Stampin' Up! Scissors from a long time ago. They're my cut like butter scissors, the ones that you get in trouble for using. Let's see, let's go thankful for you, friend, right there. And then, see, I shouldn't have pushed that down. Oh, I haven't pushed this down. Yay. Okay. See, I need my expert advice. Okay, so now I can put the dimensional on the back of this. And we'll be done with card number 2. And we'll move on to the next one. And again, measurements and all that will be on the emailed tutorial. Ah, there we go. Where's that extra one? There we go. There we go. So now we have these. And we're finished with that part. Put that over there to the side. And now we're going to move along. I kind of got inspiration from the samples that they had on making this card. And again, I did not use I think I used daubers on this one to making sure the light helps me see if there's anything else in the envelope. And guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to run this through. The mini corrugated, this one I'll have done for you. The mini corrugated is a really fun new embossing folder. I have just fallen in love with it, and I have used it several times already. So it's one of those works with just about every project kind of item. And we get lots of use out of it. Yeah, I don't think I do the big machine on the table because it seems to shake the table. All right. So we got that. So you'll have the one that you do on the inside, which I think I did. Yep, I did that again. Bring this over just so I just don't want to clean this off. I mean, it cleans pretty easily because this is basically the water-based ink. So you will have this pre-cut. This will be pre-cut. You'll have the piece that you're going to stamp on. You'll have a piece of green to cut out your full green leaves. And then you'll have the DSP that you'll cut from your pack. So let me go ahead and put that down. I hate doing this, but it's pretty on the other side too. Ah, I knew that was going to happen. So if you want to know how to change your stamping seal, here you go. I was ready for this. I actually was ready for one of these little boo-boos. All right, take that out of there. I actually recycle that extra, this part, the cartridge. All right, just pops right back in there. Usually oops, this one's fairly new, so there's not, but I usually take an alcohol swab and get these little edges right here and clean them off real good because they get kind of gooped up. I call them like debooger it. Yeah, sometimes you got to use your finger to kind of get it going, but once it gets going, it's going. All right. Put that down. And then I'm going to wait until we get, that's a little crooked. I don't think anybody's going to notice once we get the other stuff down. Let's go ahead and stamp the flower. Stamp the envelope because I hate it when I have to bring them back. I'm like, oh, I forgot the envelope. But it drives me crazy. I like to have them stamped. They just look so much prettier when you send them to somebody. Think about it. You get to the mailbox and you see something, you see this, and it's handwritten, and you're like, oh, somebody sent me a note. Because that is a dying art. So get out there and send people some pretty stuff and handwritten letters, and they'll cherish it because they'll forget where they saved it on their phone, I promise. So, and we're going to put that on the, sticking to me on the inside. So there's that part. I'm going to move this and this over here because believe it or not, we're almost done. This one's super quick. Why did I show that? Okay, so I did one really high up. And then I kind of did that. And then I kind of rotated it almost this way. So you have a little bit more flowers. But we're going to tear that side a little bit. So you really won't see a whole bit of that because of this little focal point on the side. Okay. I have, there they are. All right. So the daubers, love these, come 5 in a pack. So I just like to use them because you have a little bit of control. And again, I'm not going to worry about staying completely in the lines doing this. And I just want to pull it down. Oh, good. That's the only one I have to do. Yay. You want a little darker in the middle, you can go back. And then there's that one. And I think that's the last one. Use the garden green. Now we're going to use Daffodil Delight. I have really been using this color a lot lately. But I think a lot of it was that other really pretty set. Delightful Wishes has such beautiful paper. And then I'm doing a lot darker in the center. And as I'm just kind of slowly moving from the center out to make it more light colored. There's just something so peaceful about sitting here creating coloring. It takes away all the worries. All right. So now we have that part. And I'm going to use a little bit, you don't have to do this, but take this and kind of one way to add a little speckle to your projects. Other people flick the end, but I don't like my ends to get all frayed. They have to get frayed as it is. And I stopped doing ribbon. I used to color my ribbon with them. So now I just use daubers and regular dye ink. So I'm just trying to tear towards yourself. Makes it look a little bit more controlled. And see how I'm holding this side to keep it from going willy-nilly this way. All right, there we go. And now we have all our pieces. The only thing I need to do is the sentiment. which hopefully is out somewhere. It might not be. I think I used it for club. Yep, there it is. Yeah, I'm gonna do a happy birthday on this one. I said that last time, didn't I? I'm not done. Actually, we're going to do celebrate. That'll be kind of fun. This is another new one that's coming out. Blooming phrases. I love it. I love these little extra squiggles. I haven't really. Let's look at ink. So we have happy, thinking of you, celebrate, hello there, anniversary, just because. Actually, I like just because. Will that fit? No, let's just do celebrate. Because that could be birthday. It could be just about anything. All right. I'll use one later. Sorry, I'm going a little rogue. But I have a lot of them that say to make the difference because I made a ton of cards last month for my in-person stamp club. And, oh, I think I used black for this. And stop the presses. Oh, that's not bad. Thanks. Okay. Right. You might be using that color. Oh, I bet you it's right here. Okay. I'll go get the other one. Good thing I have more than one. I have two Memento black inks. Most of the neutrals I'm doing in-person classes, I found it's good to have more than one of the neutrals. Okay, sorry if you see my head. There we go. Sorry. That looks terrible. Okay, we're just going to go with Make a Difference. I will cut out another one, which I can do off screen. I'll assemble the rest of the card because, you know, just when you're filming, nothing's going to go right. But that's okay. I am a human being. I am not perfect. I'm a complete goofball. This is so fun. My friend was over here and she loved it too. I'm like, oh, that's kind of fun when it goes over the bumps. So I did this. And I'm going to do some dimensionals here. On the back of that. And then this is where the magic looks happy. Ah, shoot. I didn't even put any gems on this, did I? Huh, interesting. You're welcome to put gems on it. Oops, let's flip. I'm weird. I like to flip these little pieces out. All right. Up here is this. Oh, so far so good. I'm doing good on time. Yay. Ah, jeez. Like when you want it to stick, it won't. But I don't want it to stick into my fingers, and I felt like it was taking off my fingerprint. There's that. And then I will do, this is just like the last one where I just did a little squig of about 4 inches of ribbon. Jesus. And, oh, I should have done it underneath the, this thing. Oops. Don't rip. Okay. Put that down after I get the sentiment, but this is what it's going to look like. You're going to add some, oh, there they are. Ha! I used the yellow ones. That's why I didn't see them. So there's 1, 2. I think there's one over here too. It fell off. That's what it was. So I might put another one back right here. Because I like the rule of 3s. Come in. I have too much stuff on my desk. All right, there we go. That blended in so well. I didn't even see where I put the sequins. that's what it's going to look like. I'm going to go back, but I'm going to do it when I'm off screen so I can just add a happy birthday on there. And we are on our final card. This was my first one I made because I love hydrangeas. They're just so pretty. And we're going to use the masks on this one. And let's go ahead and do the ribbon before I forget. So we have a lot of ribbon left over because I really didn't. The first one was the only one really used a ton of it. But I just made like a little knot. And that's on the side. Let me put this over here. So in your packet, you will have this piece that we're going to fold in half. And it's the 8.5 by 5.5. Put that up there. You will have this cut out at a very vanilla. You'll have a little square label for your sentiment. And then I use the exposed brick embossing folder. And then this one for the inside. I don't even remember what I put on the inside of this. Oh, the hydrangea. Okay. Well, let me get out a block because I think I forgot to put this back on the block. I have to use the big. Why do I have to use the big one? All right, we're just gonna have to. Alrighty, so we're gonna do. I don't think I'm not using the basic gray anymore. We're done with that. So I have Old Olive, Gorgeous Grape, and Highland Heather for this one. So what did I do now? Oh, I think, okay, no, I use purple in the whole thing. So just did a little peekaboo the inside. And we'll do a little peekaboo again for the envelope, just so I know it's done and I don't forget. I tend to forget. Club does too. That's the side. And now we're going to do the main image. When they're bigger stamps, I tend to do it like this. I'm usually not the one push it too hard, but I just won't rock it. All right. Let's do that. Beautiful. Love it when it works out. So our first layer is going to be the Highland Heather. Okay, this one's a little bit, I think it's a little easier than the other. And remember I said I wrote Be Gentle on the wrong side. So I find it is a lot easier to line up after you stamp it. And I don't even mess with the notches, which I usually do. All right, so I'm going to ever so lightly just I start kind of around the sides. Because you don't want to go straight in. Again, remember how that, no, thankfully it's not like Mellow Mambo. I love Mellow Mambo, but boy, you can go overboard. All right. Yep, that's good. There's the first one. And I'm just going to go a little bit darker on this one and see how once you line up a couple of these, the rest just kind of fall into place. So I didn't even rely on the notches, but you can. By all means, you could just put a notch here. When I use the other stencil, I tended to use some kind of post-it note just so it's down a little bit better. It stays down. This is the one where I used Gorgeous Grape. Yes. And you can kind of tell once you're lining it up. Sorry, that I didn't realize that glare was happening. I'm sorry. me do that. Maybe that'll put off a little bit. Helps for me to look up every now and then. All right. There's that. Kind of gives you a little bit of depth. Oh, jeez. Glad I was paying attention. Then go find baby wipes. So, yeah, this will do. All right. So now we're going to do the leaves. Oops, hello. Which line up just as actually even easier. And I used olive on this one. By all means, you could use the garden green if you don't have that, or a different green. I wouldn't use anything too crazy though. I'm just trying to go more springy and subtle. So there's that. And you notice you pull it back and it's just like, how did you get that so perfect? It's magic. I do like these decorative masks. They're a lot of fun. And I need to try it without the line stamped because somebody did that and it's so pretty. You could tell it was like a no line watercolor. It was really pretty. So you could try that too. But there you go. And then that. Still need my gorgeous grape. And I'm going to do my splatter. I love to splatter. Sorry, I just have to have some water in my life. Yeah. Oh, we don't have gorgeous grape. What color did I use? Oh, looks like, okay. Just use a gray. And so this is what other people do. They take it and they click it. But I think that gets like, it works, but I'm scared it's going to fray these ends. Which that one looks like it's starting to fray. Okay. So now we just assemble and we're done. Well, almost done. 4 cards, under an hour, not bad. Not too bad at all. Plus, I want to show you. So stay tuned. Stay to the end. Or fast forward, because that's what I do. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. I get the point. All right, so there's that. Put that down. Seven-dimensional on this one. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder where that came from. See, I'm kind of glad we're almost done because my voice is going. My allergies have been horrible. It's March, and here in Texas, it is just pollen palooza. That. And we're not going to go rogue this time. We're just going to put the thanks. Here. And thanks. That's for the inside of the other one. I've got with love. What is it? Oh, I know where it's at. I just gotta find it. Hiding under here. I had another thanks in a different set. Goodness gracious. I even remember pushing it to where I could grab it because it was over here. Oh, here's all the other colors that I used. Okay, I'm a dork. But you guys knew that. Well, I will find it the second I get off. All right. Well, two. Oh, there it is. Sit up there on my stand. What a dork. I don't even remember what set this is from now. I'll have to go look. I evidently have already put it back up. I just wanted a nice simple thanks on this one. Sorry, I had to goofed up on all that. So when I have multiple levels like this, I put a little bit of the seal on this side and then, oh, good grief, where'd that? I just had, oh, okay, yes, I don't realize the last card. I'm getting goofy, better than normal. I'm going to put that cattywampus. And then we're going to use this with the glue dot. And I'll trim it down after I get it stuck. And scissors. I just like these because they cut better. All right. There is your card. So now we have two. And that one. And that is the class for this month. But I do want to show you what I have in store for next month. And hope they don't have any freaking ink on me. This is not a set that is out yet. So where are my fun fold lovers? I have this one. This is using the Impressions of Bloom. And then a fun fold. And then a fun pleat card. This one takes a little extra, but let me tell you, it is going to be a fun card to make. And I'm going to change out the gems. I was at a friend's house, and the gems I wanted to use were these. And I didn't have them with me, so I'm going to switch those out. But that's next month. And I really appreciate you guys sticking with me and laughing at me being a goof. But that's just me. I'm a human and I'm a goof and gotta love me, right? So, thank you again. And tell your friends if you enjoyed this. And I will see you next month for our next class. And the link will be posted in there for the products I used. And as soon as the other class goes live, be sure in the description on the YouTube, make sure you sign up for my email list so you get notifications on when that class goes live and any email sales that might be happening soon too. So I appreciate you guys. Have a crafty, wonderful, inspired day. Thanks.